Physics week 5. This week we didn't meet in class because we had a holiday on Monday. I think it was President's Day. So we didn't actually have any in-class work, but I worked on some things out of class and got together with my group a lot. The first thing I learned out of class was from the homework. I learned the difference between energy and power. Energy is the ability for a system to do work, and power is the system actually doing the work. So in that lesson you made the document called I've Got the Power. I learned about energy and power, and I learned how to convert units to units, like meters to centimeters and all that kind of stuff. Also this week I responded to your Nature of Math thread on the discussion board, which was interesting. You think math is kind of like a language, just like Spanish or English or French. I thought that was interesting. I responded to that and I was able to relate to what you said. This week I also got my entire technical document done, which I felt very accomplished after doing because it took me a long time and I was stressing about it for a while, to be honest. But it was good. I got all of it done actually, and I felt that it turned out really well. I can't wait for you to see it. This week my group also got together a couple times and we got our car built, which we had a kind of a slow start because our first car didn't turn out so well, but we feel really accomplished and proud of what we have, so it'll be cool to test that next class. Also, I spent quite a few hours doing putting together my group's Digistory. We got everyone to do their videos and do the different parts that we needed, and I put it all together and spent a few hours editing that. So that was, I felt accomplished after doing that, so that's another thing I got done this week. So overall, I had a much more productive week than last week. Things I learned this week, mostly the difference between energy and power, which I just mentioned before. I also learned how to do a couple different conversions. You'd put a couple problems in the I've Got the Power document about, or that included setting dollar bills side to side, like how many, like $1,000,000 bills would be, how long that would be, how thick and how wide, and stuff like that. So I learned different things about like how to convert in the English system and in the metric system as well. I also learned some reviews on math and how we think it's a language. And I learned a couple of different people's views on it as well, looking over the different responses on the discussion board. The only question I have this week, some of the assignments I feel have been kind of vague, and I'm not really sure exactly what you want. I know I should be asking more questions, but the question I have was I was hoping maybe you could be a little more straightforward in the descriptions of your assignments so I know exactly what you're looking for. I know you like us to be creative and stuff, but I'm a pretty black and white person, and I can be creative in some areas, but for school it's nice to know exactly what you're looking for, so that I can, make that happen and do it the way you want it done so that I can get a good grade on it. Goals for this week include preparing for the first interview in March, researching my debate topic, and just basically getting all the homework done and learning some more about physics. One more thing before I go, I'd like to thank you personally for taking into consideration my request for you to put all the assignments into one folder per week instead of two. With a lot of teachers in college and at the community college nowadays, they don't really have that relationship with the students. I feel so far in my experience to take into consideration like requests students have and stuff. So for you to consider that, that was awesome, and to actually do it, that was really awesome as well. I just like to thank you for taking into consideration my request and actually following through on it was really cool. So thank you for that.